Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hello.
All right, so this is Ben's review of Justice League. So I didn't get to talk to him yet. I'm dying to find out what he thought of it. So Ben, what is your take on Justice League movie?
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Okay, describe.
All the League members were done well. I liked how Batman was. He was less of a angry brooder like he was in Batman v Superman.
So this is a superior movie to that.
Yeah. Steppenwolf was an okay villain. Kind of your by the books villain, but
What about Wonder Woman?
yeah, she was good too. All the League members were cool. I liked Aquaman. They made him remain that goofy loser to being this cool long-haired badass guy.
What about the Flash?
Yeah, Flash was good. It was a little different than we're used to Barry Allen. He's played as like socially awkward.
Okay, but you found his performance was okay? I mean,
yeah, the whole blue speed thing whenever he runs was cool.
Okay. What about Superman? How was he?
A lot better. Once he remembered who he was and joined the fight, he was nice. He was more willing to help, friendly. He wasn't all dark and brooding like he was in Man as Man.
Oh, good. So all that stuff's out the window. Now, could you tell the difference special effects-wise about blocking out the mustache?
Well, there's a scene where he shaves off the mustache after he comes back from talking to Aquaman.
Oh, you mean in other words, when they fought him, he was bearded a little bit?
Only when you went to find Aquaman, he had a beard, but after he...
No, I'm talking about Superman.
Oh, that one. I didn't notice it that much in the movie.
Okay. But overall, what did you give it? Like, do you rate it or no?
I give it 8 out of 10.
Okay, so you thought it was great?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll say Rotten Tomatoes and negative reviews are fake news.
All right, so Ben rates it great. All right, what's up, Vaughn?
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm here.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way, man. So how you feeling?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too.
just got off of work.
You just got out?
Huh?
You just got
off
out?
of work. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just came from work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I just invited you. Shame on me. I didn't give you a chance to sit down and relax.
Joe. God darn it, Joe.
Damn it, Joe! What'd you do all day, Joe? Well, out and about, and I made some pizza. And now I have to...
Oh, nice.
I know. You know what it is? I guess I'm trying to get in the mood to bake because I'm going to be cooking for Thanksgiving here.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, don't think of it like a huge thing because it's just me and Sharon.
Right.
So I forgot that, Sharon sleeps over her parents' house one night a week. She does laundry and everything.
Right.
So I bought all this stuff, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why am I making all this stuff if I'm the only one here?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, we'll do leftovers, So I was making a couple pizzas. I was like, so I started making a video of it. I put it up. I'm like, all proud of myself. And then I was like, I had, 2 slices, and there's a whole. Then I didn't realize that I didn't have saran wrap.
Oh, no.
That's a genius thing. I realized I didn't have enough, mozzarella, and then not enough. So I'm like, oh, great. Why don't I plan these things before? I thought we had more sauce. I thought we had. So, but it came out great. And I used a new type of pizza dough, so it actually came thick. I'm going to be showing pictures on there. But that's, besides that and writing a little bit and, I was around my hometown area walking, going to JHU Comics and seeing some friends and meeting some new friends. So, that's what I was doing today.
Cool.
Pretty much. So, did you hear about Justice League?
No.
We're not going to spoil it, but we got right, Ben. There was an article that came out that they're already expecting. And again, when I say this article, please understand, I didn't see the movie myself. So I'm just reporting the news, or Ben's reporting the news, or Chris, or whoever. But there's an article coming out about they're already planning how much money they're going to lose.
Ooh.
for Justice League, and they're already planning on different backup plans because they're going to probably scrap all their plans or reshuffle their plans based on back. Now, again, anything could happen with the box office. We've seen this.
Yeah.
We've seen movies.
I've heard from some people that it's not great.
Yeah, Ben just saw it, and he said he liked it. It was great. But then, and Scott liked it. My son liked it. I
would say the Justice League's first outing was better than the Avengers one.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I have to wait. I have to see it eventually. So I'll see it.
I'm still on the fence because after seeing Batman vs Superman, that one, it was just too much going on for one.
Left you a little green, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, mind you, I had a blue polo shirt today, but I got full flour, so I just threw this on.
But one of my buddies that worked with me, she was like, she had made a good point that the reason why it might be doing so badly, or if it does do so bad, is because they're not Marvel, which is a good point. They're not Marvel.
I mean, the thing is that we always know. I mean, the way I think of it as a Marvel fan looking at DC thing, they've been trying so hard to they want Avengers money. Mm-hmm. And they tried to rush through it, and then they ripped up the script and threw it in the garbage. They said, we're not doing this. So now you would think that they spent enough time on it. Now, again, I can't judge it unless I see it, but I'm just going by what everybody else is saying, plus the articles. Well, Ben, why don't you read the article, even if you don't agree with it?
Yeah.
Just tell us what I sent you, and we'll see what it says.
All right.
Well, while he's reading it, I'm gonna read the box office.
Yeah, it says Justice League is on course for final gross of around $635 million. And they're ready. They may be facing a $50 to $100 million loss on the film.
Right. Which is not good. Now, again, it's early, but judging by the numbers as of yesterday, we have in now domestically only 101,350,550. Now 101. Now, yes, usually a movie would take 100 million. They would be great. They would do good standing. But this movie cost over 300 million to make, and that's not even counting advertising and everything. So that is why it needs to make huge numbers to be a success. You could use the argument, well, you're establishing a cinematic universe, so just like Sony spending the money on a PlayStation, expecting to lose money, but then getting money back from the software, that could be the same strategy, but not really, because we already had Man of Steel, then Batman vs. Superman, then Wonder Woman. So the universe is already established already, so that argument is not working. But, again, we've seen movies come back. We've seen, it all depends on what's coming out in the theaters. If something came out, and maybe Justice League can make more money or something. Ragnarok, I got to say, really put a dent in Justice League. Because even though Ragnarok's not number one, the amount of money it's doing while Justice League is out is tremendous. I
think they should have this hold off on Justice League until they could find like a weekend where it's not competing with something. Because, I mean, to be fair, Ragnarok is probably what's killing them. Yeah,
I think so. Just imagine if Justice League would have came out against the Marvel movie directly because of bragging rights and ego. That will never happen anymore because they know they'll get killed. And why would you want to do with the ego thing? Egos don't make money. So put it out at a time. But again, you know what? I feel they shouldn't have released it too close to Thor.
Exactly.
They should put it out in like September or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what? You can't say, oh, this month or this month and this month is not when people go to the movies, because Guardians of the Galaxy changed all that in August when nothing came out.
Yeah.
And it was tremendous. You know, so people should take advantage of putting out look at Titanic. Titanic was originally supposed to come out in the spring. Then they delayed it to summer. Then he said, screw that. I'm going to come out in December when nothing comes out. And guess what?
Exactly.
Number one until April. Where Lost in Space defeated it.
Mm-hmm.
But how many months? It's the number 2 movie of all time that came out. So you should have released Justice League, I think, in September.
Yep. So it could be by itself.
Yep.
I was reading a Forbes article that someone wrote called "How Rotten Tomatoes Screwed Over Justice League."
Yeah, that's another thing.
Well, you know what?
They held off.
No, but here's the thing. Now you can't say that Rotten Tomatoes screwed Justice League because Warner Brothers owns Rotten Tomatoes, and Warner Brothers said, "Do not release this rating because it will hurt our movie, and we're going to pull the 'we own part of you' card." So for the first time, probably, I don't know if it's in history, Rotten Tomatoes is being like biased because they're holding the rating because of their company that partly owns them said no. Now, of course, they can't hold it forever because it's like, then they look like a bunch of a-holes. And then it looks like their system's fixed, and then their reputation is in the toilet. So they basically leaked it anyway because they can't hold it. So no movie should do that. No movie should, like, hold back the rating, but they do own part of, you know, Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
I know that Rotten Tomatoes was partly owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's like a division of it that owns
30% is owned by Time Warner Inc.
So 30, there you go. So they could have some say to cause them problems. And you know what? Can't say anything. You can't blame Rotten Tomatoes if they're owned by friggin' Justice League. Warner Brothers.
Exactly.
So
let's just say Marvel could make a huge stinker and it would still get certified fresh.
Yeah. And see that Rotten Tomatoes, even though they're owned by Warner Brothers, they can't alter the ratings. But that's
every Marvel movie is certified fresh. Yeah. Every single one, even ones that don't really deserve to be certified fresh.
So the thing is that they gave an honest opinion about the movie.
Speaking of that, I read an article I read an article where Christopher Eccleston came out and basically said he hated working for Marvel as Malekith.
Really?
Yeah, he said he was just in it for the money. He claims he wasn't told he was going to be sitting in a makeup chair for like 6 hours or so.
Wow. You know what, though? I don't like when they do that because then it's like, you know what, if just don't say anything. You can't say anything nice, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know what? What's her name did that, right? Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Natalie phoned it in.
Yeah, I don't want to be in Thor. I don't want to be in Thor. And they're like, you're contractually obligated. You got to appear. We'll sue your ass. And then basically they put her in the second one, and she's still talking smack, right? Because the guy, that Agent Smith and what's his name, Hugo Weaving, didn't want to return as the Red Skull. Remember? So they just said, okay, whatever. We ain't going to deal with that. So she made us think they forced her in the second one. Then they felt, you know what? We're not going to force her in the third one. So they did the whole breakup thing. Now her buddies are telling her, hey, listen, wake up because you're going to be Thor because in the comics you're Thor, so it's time to lick. And basically she comes out, I would love to do another Thor because I'm going to be Thor. That's what basically it is.
Speaking of that, I'm kind of surprised they haven't recasted and brought back Red Skull.
He's coming back. He's supposed to be in a fourth Captain America movie, which may be a secret Phase 4 thing.
Okay. So I was going to say he's been gone pretty long.
He's supposed to be a thing after Thanos, supposedly.
Cool.
You know, so that, I mean, we don't know. I don't know if they're going to do another Captain America. I'm hoping, but yeah, that's a rumored thing. And again, you know, it's supposed to either be Bucky taking over or whatever,
or Falcon,
or maybe he gets hurt in that one. And I don't know what the hell's going to happen in Avengers Infinity War.
Because I remember Bucky was taken to Wakanda at the end of this post-credit scene for Civil War.
Yeah, and then but then they probably wake him up anyway.
Yeah,
that was a quick sleep, but
with Hydra.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah,
oh, God.
Boy, that storyline went nowhere in the comics. I got to tell you, that caused some shifts with Disney getting a little bit involved because it affected a little bit Civil War movie because they pulled that crap when the movie was out, and they're like, "What?" Yeah. So
Disney was the main reason that EA pulled the microtransactions from the Star Wars game.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Disney phoned him up and told him, you can't fucking do that. Not turn them off now.
Yeah. First of all, it shows when people are greedy. And you know what? They didn't get the sales they want. They ruined the release of their game because of greed.
Yeah,
and with Last Jedi coming out next month, it's like, you don't want that.
Yeah, they don't want that.
I know this from the fact that I play The Sims, and they are the makers of The Sims, and they are greedy as F when it comes to that type of stuff.
But Disney can't say that because look what they're doing. They're forcing theaters to block out other movies to hold Last Jedi for like 4 weeks after. So that's disgusting. They want a 65% cut, which that's unheard of. So some theater owners are like, you know what, screw you, we ain't gonna show Last Jedi. And it's like, oh shit. So now we got to see what's happening because you can't get too big for you and then think you could call the shots like that because then people are gonna turn on you. Exactly. You know, just like they turned on Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's like you can't be greedy. Gotta tell you can't. So.
It's typical Disney, though.
Yeah.
Try to explore anything.
I mean, Disney was kind of the ones that were forcing the people in Marvel to cancel Fantastic Four, which I was pissed about, and then kill everybody off. And then of course, Marvel's like, we can't kill. We're making a lot of money for X-Men because they wanted Inhumans. Let the Inhumans kick the X-Men's ass, and people are like, what? And that's why I gotta tell you. And Disney should really research this. That's kind of why Inhumans has got a bad rap before the TV show came out, because they tried to make the most like their lovable character of the X-Men, like the Inhumans murderers or like killing them or whatever, you know. And it's like, who does that? So, and then they shove it Inhumans in our face, and people are like, no, we like the X-Men. So they were forced to bring people back to life and doing this and doing that and put X-Men back on this spot. Now they got look at what happened. They tried to kill off all their X-Men because of Disney and because whatever and Inhumans, right? Now they brought up X-Men Gold, X-Men Blue, X-Men Red, X-Men this, X-Men Who Gods, because nobody wants the Inhumans. It sucks. You can't try to knock down one of your main properties to build this up and then expect fans to be okay with it. And as time goes, fans tell and dictate what happens. So they're like, you know what? Inhumans suck. I hate Inhumans. And then when Inhumans comes on, they're like, we don't want that shit. That's what it is. And not only that, but Marvel made it cheap. So you know what? You don't do that. Especially Captain America. You turn him into a Nazi, right? With the Cosmic Cube. The way you resolve, and then they told the guy, listen, we're getting heat for this. You got to resolve it earlier, okay? The way he resolved it was not good because technically the real Captain America is a Nazi and the memories of what he should be is alive in a body that's supposed to be the real Captain. It's not. So how the hell does that make any sense? So, I mean, they have to resolve. Okay, the hiccups. They have to resolve it a better way because they shouldn't have that guy exist anymore, the Hydra Cap, but he does, and technically he's basically the real Captain America because with everything altered with the Cosmic Cube. I mean, you can't, and I don't know, it's just a mess. They got to fix it, and they got to fix everything. They're not fixing everything. But they're getting in trouble. That's for sure. Now they're promoting, because everybody can't they're promoting the death of the mighty Thor, right? Right. So you would think, oh, okay, they're going to kill She-Thor, which I call her She-Thor, right? No, they're not going to do that. Because they created a new Thor before that happened called War Thor, because they like Doctor Who, War Thor, stupid thing, right? Vostag, the guy that eats from the Warriors 3. His whole family was murdered. He picked up the hammer from an alternate universe. Now he's War Thor. Well, he's gonna probably die, not Jane Foster yet. I mean, that's the way it's looking. So Marvel's like, doing a cop out. So a lot of stuff going on in comics are just ridiculous, and they just, you know what? Hopefully they see the light at the end of the tunnel, but to force people to get multiple covers, the comic shops, like 5, 6, 7 covers, and then they're sitting on the shelf, and then they claim, oh, we sold out. No, you didn't sold out, because if you go in the comic shop and they have like 50 copies of your book, you didn't sell out.
No.
You only need 2 alternate covers. That's it.
Yeah. Especially some of the titles not that great to have alternate covers.
I think it's just too convoluted. Like, it's no clear thought going on anymore. It's like, I just want to get this out here and make money.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're putting things bi-weekly. They're doing special storylines just to be the top 10, top 20. But then they're not realizing they're killing their other books because people are seeing the Flash. Oh, look, this flashy title with all the Avengers and X-Men and everybody together in this big storyline. So they'll spend the money for that instead of, let's say, a Hulk comic or an Iron Man comic or whatever, because they can't afford both. And that's what happens. And they don't get it. And they keep doing, Civil War II, didn't need it. And then you got, Secret Empire and the stupid, and it never ends because now you got Legacy. And some people still don't know what the hell Legacy is because basically it doesn't tie into anything. It's just Legacy name and just stuff that happened. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
It's the biggest joke there is. I mean, I'm reading Amazing Spider-Man. I'm reading this, but I'm like, how is this part of Legacy storyline? Not. It's just a joke. So it's no purpose to get all the books because it doesn't make any sense. It's not like a thing. It's just a thing for you to spend money.
Yeah. I was looking at the Guardians of Guardians of the Galaxy, and the first 2 books are called All New Guardians of the Galaxy, and the third one, which I think is some of the new Legacy stuff, is just Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
I wanted to get back into Avengers, and I went to get, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, which book is which? Because there's 3 different books. There's books where X-Men are in Avengers, and they're members of, because they're X for A versus X. Then there's another book. Right. There's 3 different. So I'm like talking to guys like, I know it's confusing, but Marvel's going to eliminate that with this new storyline, which you're not really eliminating it because instead of there being 3 books, there's going to be 4 because Avengers is coming out 4 times a month, and it's weekly. So they're going to limit. Yeah, they're going to eliminate the other books, but you're getting, instead of 3 books, you're going to get 4 for this whole long, dragged-out storyline. So I just didn't pick it up. I mean, I was just like, oh, I can't,
And that's the thing. You can't go straight to your favorite characters because they're too convoluted in Marvel Universe. They all split into different personalities. Like, okay, back in the day, you could just go and, like, if you wanted to do Avengers, you could just go and get Avengers and follow their storyline. Now it's just like everybody had their idea of what this one group of people should be.
And then they have them in other storylines, and you're like, well, why did this happen? So you have to,
Nobody had time or money for that.
No. Even I was talking to the kids, and they're like, Dad, it's expensive for you. You know what? Forget it. Don't even get it for us anymore because it's just too much money. I mean, Marvel's like $3.99, $4.99, $5.99. Now picture getting an Avengers book 4 times a month. That would be the price of what I got in my allowance, like friggin' how many decades ago? $20 a week.
Yeah.
It's like you spend $20 on Avengers a month. Wow, they're really. You imagine how much money that is they make?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing a bad thing. They're doing the wrong thing.
It's not cost effective.
What happened there?
Speaking of comics, it looks like we'll be getting Kiss Army of Darkness comics where Ash meets Kiss.
Wow. Yo.
We got there are 3 different covers.
Rock and roll all night.
We got
about every damn thing that I do. Yeah.
Cover 1 is Demon Kiss members. Book 2 is Gene Simmons' Demon as the Necronomicon with his tongue sticking out. And book 3 is Kiss with Ash in front of him doing the metal sign with his gauntlet, holding the boomstick.
You know what? I love Gene Simmons, but when he tried to make money off of the Spider-Man thing and the Doctor Strange thing and whatever, I was like, I was so pissed. But I'm glad he dropped that thing. You know, tried to make money. He tried to copyright it or whatever. No, or trademark. I'm sorry, trademark. He tried to trademark it like he invented it. No.
I'm still trying to get. I'm still waiting for Chris Save Christmas.
What's that?
I'm still waiting for Chris Save Kiss.
Oh, you mean like that thing from Family Guy?
Yeah, Kiss Saves Christmas. I'm still waiting for the VHS version.
Yeah, right.
Here's one of the.
Didn't they meet Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
I think they met Scooby Doo.
Yeah, they did.
I put one of the Kiss Evil Army of Darkness covers in the chat.
Cool.
Oh, that is nice.
I might have to read that.
I might have to get that.
I love Kiss. I love Army of Darkness.
Oh, Army of Darkness is really good.
Oh, wait. Look at. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Yes. And he can't do his hand like that, but for the comic, he's doing like that's great. That's great.
You know how badly I want.
So they're going to be possessed by Deadites, or they're just going to help him against Deadites?
I don't know what the story is. I'll have to check, but it looks like they're going to meet somehow.
Wow, that's great.
Let them be both.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
Gene Simmons Deadite.
Yeah, you imagine? They should put them in season.
Yeah.
How great would that be for season 4?
See if they actually give
right.
Go levels.
See, and what's going on with Orville? Did they?
Orville is 2 more episodes because
Really?
the third one they pulled it.
Did they?
Yeah. See, I had this thing. Me and Billy have this friendly rivalry on the internet half the times, and I'm like pissed because here's the thing, right? And you tell me if I'm wrong, Vaughn, okay?
Okay.
If back in the day, the network decided to not show Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and hold it over for next season, what would the ramifications be if they did that? And because basically that's what put Star Trek Next Generation on the map.
Yeah.
That season cliffhanger, which everybody started doing that after them, you know.
Right.
And yes, back in the day they used to do that in olden days. But I'm saying now in '87 or whatever, in '88, you know, when they did Best of Both Worlds, that was the greatest thing. So now Orville, Seth MacFarlane's like, I'm getting the finale. You know, he made a big thing about the last episode being a huge episode, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
So huge. So it's either a cliffhanger or a finale, right? Or both, or whatever, right? The network said no, you're not going to air it.
What?
So I thank you, Fox, for giving us a season 2, but they don't understand that if Orville doesn't go out on a high for season 1, people are always going to say, "Oh yeah, it ended with a regular episode," and then that annoyance is going to carry over into season 2.
Did they say what the reason they pulled it for?
They're going to make it the first episode of season 2, and it's
why? That don't make sense.
Well, I think they're pulling some games with the episode count, like Doctor Who did.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to have 13.
Yeah.
So technically they should have 13 next year. But if you don't have 13 next year, and if you put one from season 1 into 2, then we're going to lose 2 episodes.
Exactly.
So I don't get it. But you know what? I'm hearing that Fox is doing this with other stuff that they do, which I don't understand why.
Well, I'm glad to know that X-Files is going to be on Wednesday, so it won't conflict.
Yeah, and X-Files is like freaking action-packed. Like, what the hell happened, X-Files?
I'm like, here's my thing with the X-Files. I'm trying to come to terms with this new bandwagon type crap that's going on. Okay, I know they're getting older. You would think that they would be more smarter about this, saying, hey, these characters are getting older in age. Let them actually solve it out like they usually do without Scully becoming immortal, or because, okay, they never really made canon that she was immortal. We just only assumed that she was immortal from that I forgot what the name of the episode where she and the man switched out.
Yeah.
The old dude dies and she switched out with him. But who don't know about this episode, who had never watched that particular episode, would know that's what's the cause of her immortality.
Right.
No one. So, I mean, to put it in last season was a ha-ha because the person was Darren Morgan, and he's known for off-the-wall X-File episodes anyway.
Right.
And now they finna make this canon that she's immortal and she can kick butt. I mean, come on.
All I know is David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, they said, we're getting older, we can't do a lot of episodes, right? But then, and again, we only had a few episodes, which it was kind of lackluster. It wasn't like, that season. But then they made a lot of money. Yeah. So then Fox is like, well, they're like, we're getting older. Here's extra money. Are you getting older now? No, we're young. Let's go. Like, yes. Absolutely, I'm hitting the gym. And it's like, whoa. And the next thing you know, you're seeing Mulder running and leaping. And you're like, what? And then, like, Gillian Anderson running and just like, wait a minute. So, yeah, it's called cha-ching, bling, bling. There you go. So, because you know what? When that ends, what are they going to do regularly? So that's the thing. It's like he had Californication. She had that other show that was really good. What was that show that she did that they were trying to solve a murder? Was it a murder or something?
Yeah, The Fall. It was
that was great.
It's really good.
That was great until the guy died. But whatever.
That was made by the people who did Helen Mirren's show, Prime Suspect.
That was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yes.
All right. Sorry for not talking about it on here, but it was phenomenal.
If y'all ever get a chance to see it, it's on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. It's The Fall. And if you watch, it stars oh God, what is his
50
name?
Shades of Grey guy.
This guy, yeah.
Which he had to go because he's doing
Yeah, he's
doing his thing with her. So it's like, all right, it's a tough job if somebody's.
But if you're a fan of like those classic British series like Prime Suspect, it's made by the people who did Prime Suspect, and it's fantastic. It's a short series. It's a short mini series. Yeah, it's a cat and mouse.
No, it was like seasons though. It was like 2 seasons. Was it 2 seasons or 3 seasons?
Yeah, it was 3 series long.
But that's it. Ended right because that was it. Right? And they want to do, but they can't. There's no more. Right? Yeah. But there was another show though that was really good.
Is it about the kidnap when she was the sister of the
No, it wasn't Gillian Anderson. There was another show like that, but it was like the cop, the male partner was like a drug addict and rough things, and then the female cop, she had issues too. There was like a whole. They were like, you wouldn't expect them to be good like big cops, but it was like, and then something happened, and
Wait, what channel this was on?
Netflix.
Netflix.
God, what was it? So good. It was so good. But that ended too, I think, because
it did.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. She wound up killing the guy, and then she covered it up, and with the phone and everything. Remember that?
Yeah.
And she didn't want to lose her badge and stuff, and it was like a whole. Then they got found out, and then it was like, then the guy was like going through problems with his wife, and she was having a baby. Remember that?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, whatever it was, shame on me. We'll find out what the name of it is, and we'll tell you on here.
Yeah.
But that was a great show too. Then I started getting into this other show on Netflix. Remember how ABC had that thing where people come back from life, like they were like dead and they were like alive again?
That got canceled quickly.
Right, but then everybody started putting out the same crap, like a take on it, like same concept, because that's what they do. So I think this was The Return or something.
Yeah.
And I started getting into that, but then I forgot. Now I got to go back and watch it. But that was good too for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm finishing Punisher tonight. On last episode.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's very bloody and certain.
What's the time limit, Ben? Because I can't see anything on here.
7 minutes, 21 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So did you see Supergirl yesterday? Vaughn?
No, I don't. I'm not into.
Let me tell you, Supergirl's better. like past 2 episodes, excellent.
Mhm.
That whole hashtag feminism, LGB, whatever the hell thing, that whole thing is done. That it's back to Supergirl being Supergirl about Supergirl.
Great.
It was good. But
I tried to get CW a chance, but it's just like it's not even after they canceled one. Well, no, NBC canceled one of the shows I follow, and then they had the audacity to cancel a show because it was not like Supernatural or
what show they canceled?
It was called I want to say Revelations. That was the name of it.
Oh.
It was about the devil coming to Earth, and
this was on what, ABC, or was it on something else?
CW had this as a series,
and they canceled it.
Yeah, because it was really good. I mean, I guess because it dealt with religion, and I mean,
so
what? I mean,
who cares?
But the dude, like I said, it was like he was so good as the devil, but these people had superpowers, and like one could do a spirit walk where she holds her breath, and then her spirit leaves her body, and she could walk through objects. Another one had could lift objects. One could see into the future. It was different, and it was.
And they just didn't do it.
Yeah, and it ended with it ended on like one of these potential, like if you were to pick it up, then
some network picks it up, they can pick it up. All right.
That was a lost opportunity because they had the perfect actor to play the devil. He played God, so I guess.
I like that show that they had. I forgot what channel was it on. It was Damien, right?
Yeah.
And it was a direct sequel from The Omen.
Uh-huh.
And when I was watching the show, I'm like, this is great. This is freaking great. Like, it's, he's 30-something years old, and it's like, oh, crap, and they're showing the props in the first one, the actresses, and different things in the first one. But then, at some point in time, they jumped the shark.
Oh, no.
And then it's like, now you're turning it into, like, ridiculous, like, I mean, they had the guy from Walking Dead, Herschel. I'm like, this is perfect. Barbara Hershey's perfect. And then they lost me.
Oh, I met Herschel. He's a very sweet. He signed my T-shirt. Yeah.
Wow.
He is a gentleman. I love him. I was like, we got a chance to talk, and he was so nice.
Wow.
Feel for him.
Well, now Barbara Hershey's in X-Files.
Yes, she is.
She's probably like a villain or something, right?
I hope so.
She is a great. Let me tell you something. She was terrifyingly great in Damien. Like, it was like, because she's like the head of all the. It was like, and Herschel too. I was like, it was like crazy.
Here's the thing with her being on there. She's a very talented actress.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best out there. And no offense to X-Files, but you should have brought her on when y'all was in y'all writing time. Instead of bringing her on now where
I agree.
Where the writing is not as strong. And then we lost a writer too. I forgot his name. One of the writers passed away, sadly. That was really good at writing. He had some phenomenal episodes of the X-Files, but he passed away.
Wow.
Not Glenn Moore. No, Glenn Moore might be still alive. It's one of the main writers.
Okay.
He used to write a lot with Vince Gilligan, who went on to do Breaking Bad and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, so we lost that. So, I mean, when everything was going great, they should have brought her on instead of Mimi Rogers, because Mimi Rogers is a good actress too.
Yeah.
But her character was like hit and miss.
Yeah, and Bob Hershey could be a real evil.
Yes.
Like, calculating, strategic. She'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Just by like talking to you. It's like, okay,
I would have liked her play something like cigarette smoking man, cancer man, them people in that group. Write her a character like that you don't know her motives.
She could have played like Mulder's sister that got abducted and came back, or some weird thing, or even something. Yeah. Well, I don't know how old she is compared to David Duchovny.
She's a little bit older than him.
David Duchovny. Well, how old? How much older? Like a lot?
A lot, because he was in school when she was acting and like looking for
movies,
bar and stuff like that. He was pretty up in age then, so.
Okay.
And she's around probably the same age as Willem Dafoe.
Okay.
So if you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. And we're almost out of time. So that's what sucks when we get going.
Yeah.
Like most of the times we don't have a time limit. Now it's like Zoom is like.
That's the difference between Zoom and Google. Google has no time limit.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I was gonna say, is there any DW news? Nothing.
Yeah, here and there. We can come back. We'll come back.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.